So, we're about to start finals, but before we do, there once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her bow, dipped down, oh blow, my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da. Before the boat had hit the water, a whale's tail came up and caught. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not of greed, and he belonged to the whaleman's creed. He took that ship in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack then tight once more. The boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut, and the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Alright.
There we go.
So now that we're back on this, Arceus turn 1 with a double
Whoa,
turbo
did
down,
I just see, did I see the card I think I saw?
With a UV and a Meloetta on the bench.
We see
and
2 Old Cemetery.
I assume is going to be a
Cemetery.
genocide. Yep, drawing 3 here. That's not a terrible start for either player. Honestly, I'm not sure how well this matchup goes.
It's definitely favored for Mew v Max.
Oh, why? Hold up. Did my... Oh, yeah, I could not hear you for a second. I think I accidentally turned down my headphones. Yeah, I was like...
Oh.
I didn't... I heard like a
I was doing harmonies the whole time. You didn't even hear me.
I actually didn't. I literally heard like a faint voice commentating on Mew, and then I'm like, wait a second, why is this so quiet?
Yeah, I was pointing out the fact that they played Old Cemetery, a staple card in my Mew VMAX list. But yeah, Mew VMAX definitely favored in this matchup.
Yeah.
No path to the peak, and they can just stack their power tablets, and they also have Silene as well. Just stack a massive, huge one-shot on a Mew VMAX, or sorry, Mewtwo V Union if that comes into play.
And if they're taking the first KO on an Arceus here, that's super, super far ahead for them.
Yeah, interesting. They went for Sparkle before they found the Fusion Strike energy. I know Augusto knows what he's doing, but that, in my opinion, most of the time you do want to hold the Sparkle until you hit the first Fusion Strike energy, and then Sparkle afterwards, giving you the best chance to draw it. But I guess that was it.
Yeah,
a Genesect
no
being prized, very likely. Ultra Ball. What's the grab? Does he have a way to switch? There is one switch in the deck.
Yeah, there's a single.
And it is in the deck.
That's good. Having the switch is important here. Oh no. Mew won the last one and the tournament before that. So like 3 tournaments ago and the last tournament, Mew won these. So kind of rooting for the
Rose Tower first, Rose Tower first, Rose Tower first. Ah!
I don't think it matters because they can just grab things that they can play down.
Yeah, but I mean, you want a Rose Tower first either way, because if you hit one, you're seeing 2 cards, right?
Yeah. But like you boss, you switch, you now see 3 cards.
Yeah, I'm still more in favor of Rose Towering first. I understand.
I think they guaranteed the pieces, and then they just see more cards.
Yeah.
But like, I get what you mean, because you could hit one of those pieces and then something else could be a luxury card, but I think that was fine.
Yeah, that's fair. I think, you're never hitting the switch off that, but the energy isn't unlikely by any stretch.
Yeah. But I feel like drawing 3, you're more likely to hit at least some useful card out of all of your other stuff. They hit Marnie, and then they took 2
And
prizes.
obviously now they have 3 supporters, so...
And now the opponent, unless they Silene Heads, get Fusion Energy back on top, there's no way they Melodious Echo for 280 now.
Oh, but even that way, they can't get they can get 3 into play.
Yeah,
they can't Silene and Sparkle.
Yeah, I was meaning, like, for a later 280, not, like, right now. Like, the only way they ever get 4 energy into play total with that is to Silene it back into the deck and then attach. So they'd have to Ilessa this turn and then not have any energy removed. And then also, on the next turn, attach a Fusion Energy. So they'd need to Ilessa now, Silene, attach another one on the following turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll see how this turn plays out. It's not going to be that easy also for Evan to keep up like with Sharon Loop or anything, which is a big problem like in other Arceus variants as the Mew player, because like if you're not taking a one-shot, they're just picking it up, where in this version, like your damage for the most part is going to stick, so a lot of the time what you're going to want to do is, you know, swing for a decent amount of damage where the following turn you can Psychic Leap into a 1-prizer. However, Augusto's bench is not accommodating a Psychic Leap anytime soon. So this damage, whatever Evan does this Mew VMAX, it's going to be there permanently.
Yes.
Well, it's going to be there no matter what.
It'll be there no matter what unless something else gets KO'd first before this Mew does. So
yeah.
But yeah, Cyrus is right. Yeah, they could have bossed before doing that to see 3 cards
huge
and then
shoes
Starburst.
discarding the mitts. Mewtwo mitts.
Yeah, I'm now seeing what you mean about the Rose Tower first, because they could have bossed before doing the Starbirth, and not just seen 2 cards, but still seen the 3 cards, and then also seen 2 more cards. I get what you mean now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trinity Nova, 200 damage.
Yeah, and no reason to attach here. Like, you're never getting Marnied. Wait, I just want to confirm. Yeah, there's no Marnie in the deck.
This is not the Marnie build. This is the one with Silene instead of Marnie.
Yeah, so, I mean, attaching the DT, like, just means that, I mean, if they boss you, lose the DT, it doesn't really do anything for you. Yeah. So, this is totally fine from Evan.
But yeah,
and his spot is not bad because Augusto's clogged his bench, right? That's a huge thing about playing Mew, and I'm assuming it was out of necessity because you never really want to. Yeah.
Because, like Kevin said, with the early Sparkle on Augusto's side, there was serious risk of completely bricking off of only drawing 2 cards. So, like, using the early Ilessa was important to be able to draw those cards, to be able to get out of this pinch that they're in.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we're finally casting a match where, like, I feel like I can give extremely in-depth analysis. I wish we were watching it from the Mew side, because then I could really talk about it, but... Nonetheless.
You are a very experienced Mew player.
I've played a fair amount.
Yes. I'm just the rogue guy.
His Clog is bench. The Clog is definitely bench.
Yeah, that's only going to get 1 fusion off of this Ilessa Sparkle, because the other one's already in discard.
Yeah.
And that's if
that's assuming it is in the deck, which it is.
That's what I was going to say, but yeah, there it is.
I mean, I always know one is prize. You never start a game and they're all in the deck. There's always one in the prize.
It certainly do be that way. But like I've seen most Mew players, the moment that they take a turn 1 Melodious Echo for 200 and something damage with however many power tablets they happen to play that turn,
okay, so
they
here comes
immediately get enough prizes. But yeah, there's the Echo.
Your voice cut out for me.
Oh.
I'm not sure. Oh, I can hear you now. It's fine.
Okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
So let's see. In this circumstance, would you think it would be better to take out the Meloetta or the Mew here?
So the thing about playing against Mew is it's all about counting their damage modifiers. And the way I look at it is, okay, every power tablet they play, that's 30 damage that they can never get back. But every Fusion Strike energy, I look at it as 70 damage they can never get back. So often you do want to just target the energy in play, because for the most part, other than Silene now being in the format, it's not coming back. However, if you knock out the Meloetta, that means that they can Psychic Leap for a knockout the following turn.
So, yeah. Like
however,
the Psychic Leap is the hard part here. However,
yeah.
Okay. So
at that same point,
it's not a boss.
Like,
so
what are they gonna Psychic Leap into, right?
Yeah.
So like, if they bench a Mew, they're gonna Psychic Leap into what? The Meloetta with your last Fusion Strike energy? That doesn't feel good.
And if they
a Genesect doesn't feel good.
Yeah. So looking at it this way, if the Mew doesn't Psychic Leap, they lose the game to the Mewtwo here. The Mewtwo
or the Mewtwo, yeah, not even that. You can
here.
put the damage counters
in
play.
It's already an Algo first, so they don't really have a way to do what they want to do here. Because, like, even if you
if you knock out the Mew on the bench, you bring it up, it forces you to like find back-to-back boss. I think that was fine given his position. The fact that the Mewtwo V-Union was in play, it meant you had the Psychic Leap for a knockout and give up your only Fusion Strike energy or strand a Genesect. And the thing is, well, if they strand a Genesect, you can just leave that thing active and start picking off the bench with this 16 damage counter play.
You essentially have to promote the Meloetta just as, like, because, like, you don't have any more fusion energy to do anything with it. It's the only thing that can retreat. And the other Mew is your only viable attacker for the rest of the game. And if that gets bossed, the game's just over.
Yeah. So, hopefully Augusto has a bit of a better start here. He's probably going to want to get multiple Mews into play and really try to loop as much as possible. Definitely the best way of dealing with Mewtwo V-Union is just do the loop until you can pull off the big one-shot, and hopefully it's before they can final burn. But this may be the final burn right now. Game 2 of the finals. There's the raw Battle Pass.
Battle Pass. Alright, so Meloetta, this is probably going to be for, I assume... It depends on what else is in their hand, of course.
Yeah, Psysplosion, crazy attack. Like, you think of... I'm trying to think of other Pokemon that had a similar... Oh, double raw Battle Pass is sick.
Yeah, so
there was the Blacephalon that did 12 damage counters, I think.
Yeah. There's the
when they were at
12, when it's at 3, I believe.
3, and then there was the Deoxys Espeon that did 10 for the GX attack and 20
if it was
with 6 energy.
6 energy, yeah.
And this is just, again,
then there's
the drawback
VMAX, which is 12.
Yes.
And the drawback
the only drawback to this...
Acerola. This one, that it's a V-Union. That's the only
V-Union, that's the drawback. Same thing with the 300 damage I was talking about earlier. Like, there's no, like, discard energy or can't attack next turn. Just, if it's in play, it can keep using broken attacks.
Exactly.
Every turn.
Mew going first is definitely good for Mew.
Okay, that is not the best Pokestop.
That is a very bad Pokestop, in fact. I'm assuming... Yeah, this looks like a quick move to Game 3.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
If this Arceus with energy on it gets KO'd, what do? They try and Trinity Charge onto another Arceus, but then they have 6 prizes in play?
Yeah.
Like, if this Arceus on the bench gets KO'd, then there's not much they can do about it.
And with the cram heads, I mean... It doesn't look great. There's just so many ways they can get there. They can get there with escape rope and not needing to use a boss.
GX, which Espeon GX essentially had Espeoxys' GX attack, but only for the 100. Blacephalon was such a sick Pidgeotto counter in conjunction with Stinger GX. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I loved, like, the Naganadel checkmate builds. They were so cool.
It's probably just going to be a rope here. Switch.
Yeah, unfortunately no rope, but there's the boss.
Okay, boss. Okay.
All they need
is to find one damage modifier.
A singular modifier, and they have so much draw for it.
Yeah, hitting cram head. There's the first one.
Yep, that's it. That's all they needed.
Evolving into the second VMAX, I don't think that's necessary, even to draw cards.
Yeah, I don't think it matters, because the Arceus on the bench is never attacking.
It's true.
Like, it's never hitting for damage, is what I mean. Like, it could Trinity Charge.
I'm
but, like,
just very disciplined when I play. If I don't have to do something, I always won't.
Yeah.
Try to leave my options open in the event that I do want to Psychic Leap, and my opponent just has like the absolute 3 perfect cards in their hand. But even if I'm on the other side, what are the 3 perfect cards?
Yeah, there are no 3 perfect cards, I feel. I feel in this situation, you're looking at this board state and you're like, okay, I can't be punished for doing this, and it puts me in a better position by thinning more cards from my deck and more cards from my hand that I don't want to see if they happen to Marnie me.
Yeah, and important that you guys know, Evan does not play a Raihan or anything.
Yeah.
This deck is just very different from the other, I don't even say conventional, because like this deck is working, like he's undefeated at this point. The deck's definitely shown that it has some stuff.
Yeah.
But definitely very centered on just getting Mewtwo V Union in play. Also, something else to note is how infrequently Evan is mulliganed, at least in the games that we've watched.
Yeah, it's
it's just about a 60% chance. Yeah, it's a 60% chance every opening hand that he mulligans. And I don't think we've seen very many, if any.
Yeah,
I could be totally wrong. I haven't been playing.
Seen maybe 1.
Yeah.
At most 1, because I haven't noticed it either.
Yeah. 3 perfect cards were Yveltal, Birdkeeper, DTE. I mean, if it wasn't open, if it was closed deck list, those would be the 3 perfect cards.
Yeah, but it's open deck list.
It's
so
open.
That's not happening.
Yeah, I mean, if that comes out, then we're gonna need a judge call real quick.
Yeah, quick judge call. How did you not start the Yveltal in any of your games we watched?
On stream.
All right.
Okay, it's game 3.
Game 3
in the
baby.
finals. Hopefully we see one where they both set up.
Yeah.
I want to see, like, I'm not cheering for anyone, but I kind of want to see Mewtwo V Union getting knocked out, just because, like, it never gets knocked out.
I've seen it a few times.
And Mew VMAX being one of the cards that can get there.
Didn't we see... Yeah, we saw Mewtwo get knocked out game 1 of this entire tournament.
Oh, maybe we did.
Yeah, it was Flavio KOing the Mewtwo V Union.
Oh, with the Zard. Yeah, he did have the Zard.
1. And then game 2 and 3 they lost.
Yeah, maybe I forgot because it's Zard not really like a staple of the format. It's one of the only things really that exists that can one-shot it, right?
Other than Dark.
Other than Dark Pokemon, yes.
Other than just Dark. Yeah. Alright. That is an Arc in the active. With an energy for turn. So not a bad start. But they are definitely hoping that they don't just get donked here. Another Ultra Ball.
It's tough, but yeah, I think you want to keep it. It's so valuable. It's gonna be Pokestop Marnie, certainly.
Yeah.
And then you have to get a second Arceus, like something you can do.
You have to get a second Arc down and attach to that.
I think as well, if I remember correctly from Evan's opening hand last game, I think there was a way where he had Ultra Ball and Quick Ball. I think it was better to Ultra Ball away the V-Star or the V-Union piece and one other card in hand, get a V-Union piece, and then Quick Ball away the V-Union piece. Yeah, I think he could have done that and he still would have had double Arceus and V-Star. I didn't comment it on the time, but yeah, I think that was a minor missequencing.
Yeah, I think that would have been correct as well. Like,
I'm not saying it would have made a difference in the game.
The moment I heard you explaining it, I was like, yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense there. And in this game, they're just hoping that the opponent doesn't hit Rope Melodious Echo.
Yeah.
With a tab.
I mean, discarding a DT, this is the triple DTE build. Genosec active, but they do have a pretty fat hand. So maybe this was a game there were a couple mulligans and I wasn't paying attention. There would have had to be, right? 7 cards in hand right now, and we saw 3 hit the discard pile.
Yeah.
And 3 Pokemon plays, so that was definitely a handful of mulligans. Maybe jinxing it for Evan a little bit.
Yeah, they've used up all of their mulligan luck throughout the entire game, and it's just coming back to bite them in the last game. Bring the wife to the stream next time.
Wait, bring Emma to the stream for what?
That's
drawing 3.
That's what Cyrus said.
Okay. You can ask her.
Emma on the Andre stream?
Yeah, I mean, she's always on the, she's not a fan of Pokemon, no. Emma's the one who taught me how to play. She convinced me to play. Or, sorry, she tried to get me to play, and I'm like, no, that's a kid's game. I'm not playing that. And,
really? You said it was a kid's game?
Oh, yeah, I definitely did. I definitely did.
If they hit rope, this game is over.
It's not guaranteed. Oh, that battle pass is mean. Yeah, Evan, you have to speak the mulligans into this. I mean...
Yeah, had to speak the mulligans into this. Yeah, we spoke and it happened. It's commentator's curse.
I mean, also important, there's only one rope, so, like... And
only
low
one?
count,
That's odd.
Yeah. I mean, 3 switch cards is a little bit more standard now. No copies of the best card in Mew is Rotom Phone, as everyone knows. There are no copies of it, so really the only way they're finding it is off Cram or getting lucky. That's it.
Oh, I see what Cyrus and Cletus were talking about now. They were talking about Cletus's wife.
Okay.
Makes sense. But yeah, it's not getting the rope at least, which at least puts Evan in a okay spot.
DTE top deck's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to discard it though. That's the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the Ultra Ball, maybe you want a dead card anyways. I'm not married holding out for Michi's thick thigh.
That's fair. I'd hold
That
out
is
for
very
the
fair.
same.
Yeah.
I
mean, aren't we all? We're just settling. If we're not if we're not with Mewtwo's thick thigh, we're settling.
You've got to settle for not Mewtwo's thick thigh, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, I think this play is fine.
Yeah, I think it's correct.
I think this is very disciplined from Evan. As much as it seems like, oh my god, they could have just researched away and hit the Arceus.
No,
I think Evan's decision is based on the fact that the Pokestop actually discarded an Arceus. And I think this is 100% correct. It's disciplined to say, you know what, my Starbirth is not as great as it could have been.
I fully agree with that, because either way they have to grab something, but grabbing Marnie here disrupts the opponent a little bit, even though they do have a lot of draw. But
8 cards in hands is scary.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah, I think Big Charm's a good grab.
Thank you for following, Kulinix. I hope you enjoy your stay here at the Kingdom of Ptolemac. It was a kids game in 1999. Now more adults play than kids. Yeah, it's growing as a game. It's huge.
Yeah, no, but it's also... we were kids in 1999, and those kids grew up, and now it's an adult game.
Yep, exactly. Because, like, not as many kids have, like, the nostalgia. Because, again, they are kids. They don't have nostalgia yet.
Yeah. And to be fair, like, I am, like, outing myself as saying it was a kid's game. That's, like, having no experience. Like, I used to think poker was all luck, too, before you actually play it and watch it, and you're like, holy crap, poker is, like, so freaking hard. Yeah, I don't know. Pokemon is, like, out of all the things I've competed in, between sports, I've played chess, I've done competitive video games, I played... several years of professional Halo, and I tried some other games for a little bit that I wasn't quite as successful in as I got a bit older. But Pokemon by far has been the most fun and rewarding game that I've ever competed in.
Legitimately, though. Like, Pokemon is a game that I would not give up for the world. I've had so many good experiences playing this game. And Pokemon's always been a huge part of my life, ever since childhood. Like, my first game was Gold and Silver on the Game Boy Color, and then I just kept playing Pokemon, and it kept me going throughout most of my life. I, like, hadn't played the Pokemon trading card game as a kid, but then when I started playing the Pokemon trading card game, I knew that this was, like, the game that I want to be essentially my game.
Yeah. My experience was totally different. I played Blue when it came out, and Crystal when it came out, and then I didn't play Pokemon again until Soul Silver, so basically a decade.
Yeah.
And I kind of played it as like, oh, I played this game when I was a kid. I didn't really get into it. I like played through the game. And then it wasn't until 2013 when I actually was trying to watch a Halo stream on Twitch, and they had the 2013 World Championships on like the home screen of Twitch. And I'm like, Emma tried to get me to play this game. I'm going to watch it. Is this like legit a thing? and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot. We got some cards, and I have ADHD. Is probably obvious, but one of the common things with people with ADHD is having an obsessive personality and like hyper focusing and getting fixated on things. And when I decided like I want to be good at Pokemon, like I'm telling you, like almost every waking minute of my life, I'm thinking about Pokemon. Like yeah. I am a psycho when it comes to that. I love this game so much. It just always, I've never felt like I couldn't get better.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's something where a lot of things in life, like for instance in music, I felt like there were years where I was putting 8 hours into guitar every single day. And it's not that I didn't feel I was getting better, but it was like, how much longer can I do this? Where like Pokemon, it's like every day I play, I feel like I'm getting better.
Exactly.
And I feel like I'm nowhere near hitting my potential. It's just how long, like, because I'm getting a bit older. I'll be 29 this year. I don't want to say that's too old to be playing Pokemon. I don't believe that at all.
It's definitely not.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, how can I support my hobby playing at the level that I want to?
Exactly.
And that comes from like
how you want to like pursue this and how you can make what you want to do in the future support the hobby that you also want to do in the future.
Absolutely. I learned to play TCG on the Game Boy cartridge. I'm jealous. Granted, I never really had that much interest in playing the game. It's funny, my brother and I both collected cards like when base set came out, and we would play like the card game like War. So you would like put all your cards down, you'd flip one over, and whatever one had the higher damage attack would just win.
I remember doing something like that as a kid too. I remember.
Yeah, that's how we played.
Yeah, it was literally like you played it like War. You flipped it and whichever one was stronger won.
Yeah, but the thing is we both had a Charizard card, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, but we had the Charizard card in a top loader. So we would like put our decks together, but then there would be one random card in the middle of the deck that would be in a top loader. So it's like, in a couple cards, here comes the Charizard.
Yeah. Also, Amelia in chat, when I'm 40, I'm going to play 20 decks. I try to get worse every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the hyper-focus, hyper-fixation, like, hyper-obsessive trait. That's always been me. But Pokemon has been that thing that I have been hyper-obsessed with since I've been a literal child. Like...
Yeah.
I've been hyper-obsessed with Pokemon since I was literally in elementary school.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you didn't know, I'm a game design major, and I do want to eventually... I'm a digital media game design major, and I do want to publish tabletop games in the future. Maybe make some video games along in the process, but, like, tabletop games are the main focus for me.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that at Indie. That was the first time we met in person.
Yeah.
You're telling me about that. Which is super cool. I don't know anything about it. But it's certainly cool.
The more further along I get, the more I'll probably talk about it. But right now, I just want to get through the degree before trying to finalize any sort of game ideas. Because I want to make sure that I do it right.
I played this game before you were born. Wait, what year were you born?
I was born 2000. The year after.
Oh, you're a baby.
Yeah. I was born at the turn of a millennia.
Yeah. You don't even remember the 90s, man.
Yeah, I do not, unfortunately. Yep, I will be 22 very shortly. But yes, I'm definitely, like... I'm not, like, the youngest in the scene, obviously, because there's a lot of, like, younger teenagers that play this game, but I definitely know that I am not one of the older people in the scene, and that's fine. I think the game is for literally all ages.
It 100% is.
Like, I've got cards... like, I remember that when I started collecting the Pokemon trading card game cards, what set was it specifically that I started, like, collecting in? It was probably, like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver that I started actually looking at cards.
So it's like 2010, 2011, I guess?
Probably something along those lines. I played the Pokemon games before that, but then probably had like a period of time that I started getting packs. But I wasn't as interested in the card game at that point. No, it was definitely before 2010 that I had Pokemon cards. It was definitely before that. It's weird to think about.
So I'm going to jump back into this game just because this is game 3 of the finals.
Yeah, it's game 3 of the finals. We've gotten on a huge
And there's
tangent.
2 prizes remaining for Augusto. There's no Mewtwo V-Union play.
However,
the pieces are there.
They have not
No,
used
Starbirth
a
is gone
yet, have they?
No supporter. The only thing I'm thinking is like
Mew, because it's damaged.
they can boss the bench Mew, take 3 prizes, and then be a boss away from winning the game if the Arceus can survive.
That really
also,
is
depending on switch outs, a Genesect stall could be in the works with 5 cards left. I don't know what the discard situation is. Obviously, Evan knows better.
I'm thinking that this is probably just going to be KO.
And we're going to hope that this Arceus can survive.
Yeah, there's no way to get the Mewtwo onto the field right now. No,
yep,
that's fine.
Correctly thinning,
we both have
thinning out the deck.
Personalities. We go on tangents.
Yeah, it's like people say like, oh, kids weren't, people who weren't alive and don't remember 9/11 happening, but do you not remember when like Pokemon first came out? Like when Pokemon first blew up, like that was a time to be alive.
Yeah. Like
you'll never know.
I do kind of wish that I was born in the 90s for that reason. Like specifically for that reason.
Oh, the
just
echoing
to be around.
Horn. No.
Oh, I hate Echoing Horn. It's literally one of my least favorite cards.
Oh, and the rope. Oh.
It's not quite there yet. They need a modifier.
They need 1 modifier.
But they have it in deck, and there's no way they don't get through their entire deck.
Yeah, there it is.
That's the game.
And congrats to Augusto going undefeated
throughout the
Mew
entire
VMAX.
Yep.
And obviously Evan for getting 2nd place with Mewtwo V-Union Arceus. And thank you to Evan as well for sharing so many games throughout this tournament. It's been really nice watching you play. Honestly, it's been great for me to watch because I haven't really tested this deck, and I feel like now I have a better understanding of how it works, and I didn't have to put in any effort.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about casting.
Very
you get
handy.
to see so many decks and sort of learn how they play, so you get a better understanding of the game as a whole.